going into Denver a little bit more, we have to ask because he was drafted to the Wild before you. Was there a relationship already there? Were you and Rieger Lorenz tight, or what kind of guy are we looking at here that might be joining you in the jump from college to the Wild?
Yeah, I mean, Rieger's awesome. He's a great kid, great teammate. Obviously, a great player, has a great work ethic. Definitely a jokester. Cracks a lot of jokes. So, I mean, I love being around him. Love being here with the team. And when I got drafted to Minnesota, I mean, it's cool for us to be able to share that together and kind of go through these experiences together. So, obviously, he had nothing but good things to say about Minnesota and their organization. And before I, met everybody and meeting everybody, it definitely exceeded my expectations, if anything. So, yeah, I mean, it's awesome to be able to go through it with them for sure.
I was there covering the Frozen Four last year, and there in the dressing room afterwards when you guys were doing your celebrations and everything like that. Just a surreal scene. And I was curious, what was your favorite behind the scenes moment in winning a national title that you'll remember forever, that you'll tell your kids about when you think about that weekend going through it?
Oh man, it's a hard thing to think about. I mean, it's everything. I mean, just from the feeling you have in that last 30 seconds of just, it just feels like the longest 30 seconds of your life of that third period. I mean, it's like you're just waiting for that clock to hit 0. And I mean, it was the greatest feeling I think I've ever had in my entire life. Just the happiness, the relief. It was awesome. I mean, it was the greatest feeling. I think just being in the locker room with the guys after and kind of sitting down and everyone's, jumping around. But when we kind of settled down, everyone's looking at each other and hugging each other. And, I think for me, the moment I think that sticks out the most was when I was on the ice when we just won and I had the trophy and my brother came up behind me and he hugged me. We kind of held the trophy together. And I think we both just started crying. And it was just an unbelievable experience, super humbling experience. And, just seeing our parents right there on the glass and being able to hold the trophy together right in front of them. And, I think that's probably what hit me the hardest out of the whole thing. And I mean, after that, it's just crazy celebration. But I mean, getting back to campus too was just incredible. And it was, the entire thing was just better than anything I could ever imagine.
And you had NHL matchups in that Frozen Four. The guys you went up against, like Celebrini's line, like him from Shag 2, right? And like that. And so is that even more kind of, you don't need any validation for you, what you do, what you're able to do. But that Frozen Four was, cream of the crop of guys you had to defend then too.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Celebrini, Hudson, the Smith line with Perreault and Leonard, I know all those guys. So it's fun to play against them for sure. I remember I was laughing at Smith and Perreault and Leonard midway through the game just because we're all good buddies. And it's just funny to think that we're all playing each other in national championship game. So, I mean, for us, like we had a great game plan going against all of them. And our team was so bought into doing whatever it took to win. And, we were comfortable in those 2-1 games, 2-0 games or whatever. So, it was just, we know what we needed to do, and everyone executed at a really high level. And, all the egos, every ego was out the door, and, no one was thinking about the points or the goals or who scores or whatever. It was just all about for the team and doing whatever it took to win the game.
You win the championship, which is the goal from everybody who goes to college and plays hockey, especially at Denver. You're a top 10, top 12 pick in the draft. Obviously, you've got teams that are probably like, hey, you're ready to play. What went into the decision to come back another year? And what was the conversation with the Wild and Bill Guerin about that particular process of the back and forth? Or was it easy for you just to be like, hey, I'm coming back one more year?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think when you get drafted, and especially with the year I had last year with the World Juniors and personally how I felt, and also, with the national championship, it's like it was easy to kind of think, oh, maybe I should make the jump. But after everything kind of settled down and talked to my agent, talked to my family, obviously talked to, Billy Guerin, and, we kind of all, made a decision that the best thing for me is to go back to school. And, that was what was more on my mind, kind of more realistic, what I thought was going to happen. And was very, happy and ready to go back to school. I mean, I thought just how my season ended last year and the way where my game was at. I thought coming back to school, building on it for another year, and getting bigger, getting stronger. Hopefully going to World Juniors again, trying to defend 2 titles in 1 year. I think is a challenge that you don't get to approach every year, and I want to take that on. So I think it was definitely it wasn't like a thing where it's like, oh, I had to go back. It was like, I want to go back. This is great. And just being at Denver, everyone here is awesome. We have one of the best cultures, if not the best culture, I've ever been a part of. And so it's awesome, and very happy to be back.
And while fans saw Brock Faber end his college career, obviously not the way he wanted to end it, but an national championship game, and then join the team end of that year, play a game, and then go in the playoffs right away. And then all of a sudden he's called a trophy guy. He's there for good. Like, do you envision a scenario where after the season ends that, you could be possibly in a Wild uniform? Is that kind of an idea that's been in your head of like, whatever happens this season, you're going to focus on that, but the next step could be as early as the spring?
Yeah. Like you said, I think for me, it's, focusing every day here. I'm 2 feet into Denver right now, and that's how I like to be. I like to be wherever I am. That's where my feet are, and keep my mind focused on, what we need to do here. And right now we want to win a national championship. So, that's my main focus. I'm not thinking too much about next year or what happens after that. But, for sure, I want to play NHL as soon as I can and make a difference and help the team and, in whatever way I can. So it's definitely a thing on my mind, but, for me, it's kind of pushing that aside and focusing on what I need to do now. And, when the time comes, if I did everything right and I played my game and, I helped my team here at Denver, I think everything else should take care of itself.